Today, I tried building the world's largest nether mansion in Minecraft. At least I think. Please don't fact check that. It took over 2,500 blocks and multiple hours, so watch to the end to find out if my hard work paid off. Now, one issue about this video is that I could either do it in survival or creative, and creative would probably be too easy, but survival would be too hard, so I'll think of a compromise. I had to think about this one for a while, but I ended up deciding on just doing it in creative since that would be much easier. Also, the reason my audio sounds like this is because I got a new mic and I had to get used to some of the growing pains of that. Okay, so I got most of the stuff I needed to make this house, so I think I'm good. So let's begin. So some of you might get mad at what I'm about to say, but yes, I used a tutorial to make this house. Now hold on there, don't get mad, don't get mad. I didn't completely copy the tutorial, but I did take heavy inspiration from it. I'll link the video in the description, but shout out to Riziel, I think the username is, for helping me make this build. Okay, hopefully I center this house correctly, I sure hope I do. But anyway, I got all the stuff I needed in my inventory, so I was ready to go. I started by making this almost spiral shape with some spruce planks, and I needed to check back on the video many times to make sure I was doing this right. I then began building it 4 blocks high, and you watching the video can even follow along if you want to. Link in the description to the original video. So as you can tell, I made this a bit off-centered to say the least, but I feel like that won't be too much of a problem because I don't really care that much, and it's looking pretty good so far. Now it was time to add in some window panes. Now if you're wondering why they're purple of all colors I could have chose, I honestly meant to build this with mangrove planks instead of spruce planks, but too late now. Then I added in some doors before having to clear out the flooring. Since my recording crashed earlier, you didn't get to see me build this base, but I only built it with 1 layer, so I had to reveal some lava in order to build this. Now there's where the mangrove planks went. Here's the other half of the house, which I also had to build flooring on. Yay. If you're wondering what the other half of this house is, it's the pool. One issue though is that the video said to use smooth quartz blocks, but I just used regular quartz blocks. Oops. The second floor was luckily easier than the first, and its flooring was more of the quartz blocks. Also some more mangrove planks. I just realized that they kind of look like netherrack, which fits the nether theme of this house. Anyway, if you're wondering what I'm doing with these mangrove planks, then you'll soon see what they're for. Well, this little area is actually another room, believe it or not. Anyway, I had to raise the walls on the main room, and don't ask why I kept placing down wood slabs. I thought the tutorial I was watching was telling me to do that, but it wasn't. I was just looking at the video wrong. Okay, so I scaled this a little wrong, but whatever, it's fine, I don't really care. Yeah, I think the wall is off by 1 block, but that shouldn't affect my progress too much, so I'm safe for now. But while I was placing some doors, I realized my mistake. You can't place doors on slabs. Can you place doors on carpet? No, that doesn't even make any sense. Why can't you place doors on carpet? To be fair, that doesn't really make any sense even after I finished filming this, but that's besides the point. Time to add some more windows. I began replacing more of the slabs with normal spruce blocks, which still wasn't what the tutorial said, but it's better than slabs, I guess. Look at this cool window wall, though. I'm pretty impressed by it. What will make this house look cooler, though, is a little quartz on the outside, so that's just what I did. Already looks more modern. Alright, this is looking really clean so far. I just need to clean it up a bit more and add a little bit more, and then I'm finished. Okay, bad news, I might have to destroy the stuff up here because this house is getting pretty tall, and I really hope I do not hit lava. Okay, I'm in creative, so I don't know if that's going to affect much if I hit lava, but I hope it doesn't. I swear if it destroys my whole house, I might give up. Just kidding, I'm not going to give up, but I'm going to get very mad. To be fair, I wasn't really close to finishing, especially by this point, but I was optimistic, so that's all that matters, right? Okay, I definitely didn't lower that enough, but whatever, we'll figure it out later. Spoiler warning, I will continue clearing out netherrack very soon after this, but at least I get to add more quartz for the time being. Alright, so my windows are a little bit off, and I figured out why. For some reason, I built this wrong, but I'm not going in to fix that. I know that's going to take like a minute, but I'm too lazy, bro. Time for the 3rd floor, and we're back to spruce again. Not for long, though. Alright, so I've gotten to the point where I'm building too high up again, so I got to destroy more, I guess. I don't know how high I should destroy up, though. I'm probably going to destroy here. and downwards, so I think that's a good idea. Here we go again. It was actually kind of satisfying to destroy all this netherrack in a straight line, I can't even lie. I haven't run into lava so far, so I'm glad for that. I've actually been finding a lot of gold in this area, and I know it's the nether, so gold is very common, but too bad I'm in creative, so I can't get any of it. No, 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 no! There's lava, hold up, stop it right now. Wow, that was not that crazy. Also, ignore that extremely high-pitched voice I just had. I talked a lot today. My voice is kind of gone. That was a close call, but at the same time, it was one block, so I guess it wasn't too bad. Luckily, we're almost finished clearing this space out. I'm hoping I won't have to do this again later. We're almost there. Alright, I think I cleared out the area. I might need to do a little bit more here and there. But for now, this is pretty good. So now we can get into building again. Alright, we are back in action. I moved my mic. I'm not going to show you where it is, but I moved it somewhere better, so my audio should hopefully be better than it was earlier. I moved my mic to a different spot here, and honestly, it sounds like my mic is off right now, but I'll move it to a better spot next time. But hey, the audio is better than what it was before. Anyway, I was continuing my progress on the third floor by building it higher up. I added in some windows and more quartz blocks to finish off the area. Finally, I added the roof to close it all off. This is starting to come together. It's almost complete now. I low-key only have to add a few more touches and then I'm basically done with all the important parts on the outside. And it's just adding some windows over here and that's it. And there we go. We're not finished yet, but we almost are. We kind of are. Look at this so far. It looks so cool. I gotta add a few things though. My next idea was to add water to this pool, which would surely go well. Oh yeah. This pool's kind of useless because I don't think you can place water in the nether. Whatever, at least the pool can look cool as a decoration, I guess. I instead added trapdoors on the edges of the windows to act as a windowsill to them. I low-key just think I need to add some lighting and then I'm finished with this house. I added in some overhead lanterns, which look very good outside of Minecraft houses, by the way, and I put them on all 3 floors. Next were the sea lanterns in areas that couldn't get the normal lanterns, and they did help the pool look less boring than before. Also, some torches on the netherrack base, since sea lanterns would look kind of weird there. Okay, I don't know why, but in the tutorial, it doesn't link the floors together, to my knowledge, and I don't know why, but I'll just roll with it. After putting the finishing touches on all of the lighting, I was finished with doing that. I haven't done the inside of the house yet, and I realized that way too late. So I think I just need to do that, and we are actually done after that. Okay, with the stuff I'm selecting, I'm not going to make like an end portal and another portal. I don't even think I can make those 2 things, but I'll try to find some good decorative pieces and useful things. Okay, I'm probably not going to put much on this outside, but I'm going to put a bunch of this stuff inside here. Outside of the 2 on the left, the stuff in my inventory is mainly what I'm going to be using. I'm going to put a crafting table here and also some furnaces too. So I can make a little crafting table furnace wall, which will look nice. And the enchantment table, can't forget that, so you can make enchants, obviously. And a little chest wall too. And I'm not going to put too much paintings in here. I'll mainly put them in other rooms, but I'll put a few here and there, which, yeah, they just guess the sizes on these paintings, so sometimes it's kind of annoying, but they look pretty nice. If you want to get rid of empty wall space, these paintings are kind of the way to go. Except when they cover the windows, I will say. This room is like entirely windows, so I don't really know much of what to put here, but I'm probably going to put a bed right here and another bed right there. I don't really know what else to do. And the red for the nether. I know I have these bookshelves in here, but the thing is they would block the window, so there wouldn't be really any point. This porch area here, I'm just going to put more crafting tables, which you would think would be kind of weird, but I don't really care. Can't forget this room right here, and you already know where I'm going with this. This is going to be the bookshelf room. I feel like I don't have to put anything besides bookshelves and paintings, so we're just going to do that for this room. I have a genius idea. I'll put bookshelves here and then put paintings there. Perfect, we got a wall full of paintings and bookshelves. Wait a second, isn't there a room down there? Oh my gosh. Oh my bad, I forgot about this room. Wow, there's actually a bunch of room in here and I completely forgot about it. My idea is that I'll have the bookshelves not cover the windows, but I kind of want them to cover everything else. I don't know how I'll do that for this part, but we'll make it work. Okay, I think that's enough bookshelves for a while, so I'll probably just put a bunch of paintings everywhere else. You can't go wrong with paintings. They're kind of perfect for any situation, unless they cover the windows, I will say. Minecraft, please patch this, I'm begging you. I know you can exploit this by just building a bunch of blocks around where you need to build, but that's kind of annoying. I will say though, they do not have much variety in these paintings. There are repeats very often. Dude, look at this. I got the same painting 3 times in a row. You can't make this up. I think I'm done with that. So now we are finished, I believe. So unless I find anything else that I need to change, let's take a look at everything in this house. Here's a shot of the house from the outside. Look at that. That's so cool, bro. Especially in the nether, too. Now let's take a look at every part of the house. We got to go back here. There's a lot of paintings. Not on this wall, though, because it kept covering the windows. There's a bunch of bookshelves on this wall, and it looks pretty cool. There's not much chests or crafting tables or furnaces or anything, but we'll improve on that later. Here's the failed pool, because you can't place water in the nether for some reason. Going up the staircase, and there is a window wall kind of room right here. So let's head inside. So many chests, a lot of crafting tables and furnaces, and some paintings. 2 of the same painting. Actually, no, those are slightly different. And there's a little hidden painting over here. Don't forget this room over here, which I'm pretty sure you can't get to anywhere else. And there are 2 beds, and you can kind of look out at everything, so that's really fine. Anyway, here are some nice looking quartz blocks and overhead lanterns, which make the house look pretty good. Can't forget the 3rd story, and we got a lot of more chests and 3 more crafting tables and 3 more furnaces. And let's look in here for a second. Can't forget this room either. There's a lot of bookcases or bookshelves, they're kind of the same thing, and many paintings. And do not forget, last but not least, okay, maybe least, honestly, is these sea lanterns on top of the ceiling, or I guess roof, because it's the outside. One last look. Looks pretty cool. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, because I have not made a video in the nether yet, and I haven't played much of the nether in Minecraft because it scares me kind of, I can't even lie. But this was a fun little experiment. I hope you guys liked it just as much as I did. If you enjoyed this video, liking and subscribing would be appreciated. It helps me out a lot. And see you guys next time.